Hi everyone, my name is Avery and this is the Etymon Project. So today we're going to be going over one of the problems from 2024 NACLO Round 1, and it's called Japanese from Afar. And I actually did this problem in the actual competition, so I should probably remember how to do it. I don't think it's too difficult, so it should be good for a first video. And yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so basically the premise of this problem is that we're given this Japanese alphabet. We're also given the Latin script, which I don't think you need to know for, it's not relevant for the problem. And then the important part is this flag sort of alphabet that they have to communicate long distances. And we're going to try to figure out the relationship between the flags and the katakana. And honestly, I kind of just start by looking for patterns, and this one's pretty straightforward, I think. You can kind of already see in this first word, you can see this is the first stroke, and then we have this next two lines in this second character, and then the third character has the last line underneath. So you can see how it forms the katakana word that's associated with it. And we can do the same with the other ones. Over here, this one's a little more complicated, but you can see it's the same idea. They have this first stroke that's like this one right here, and then this is kind of the bottom part of that stroke as well, and then this is this one, and then yeah, so on. So it's kind of just mirroring the lines of the katakana, I would say, and though there are some more complicated ones, like where you have to split the katakana letter into two sort of flag letters, it's still pretty easy to figure out. So that's how I just recommend starting on these problems, just going through and looking between the two pairs of words and trying to see if there's a correlation. Don't be intimidated by all of these scary looking lines and stuff. It can be kind of a lot to take in, but it's usually pretty clear, especially on the open round. It should be pretty straightforward. So now we can head to the problem now that we kind of know what's going on. And as you can see, they give us some katakana characters, and then we have to match them to the flags. So you can kind of just go through and try to visualize what it might look like. So we can start with A. I see there's two lines, and then there's kind of a diagonal stroke going like that, and I can look for anything that kind of matches that, and I see that I has a very similar look to it. It's got these two lines on top, so we can match A to I. Then we can look at B. This is kind of I think this stroke, and then we have one down here, and I can kind of pair that with the SE over here, or VII 7, I guess. So you can write B over here. And this one, C, is two lines and then kind of a right angle, and it looks like that's going to be paired with 5, so we'll just write a C over there. And then finally D, we have this, or not finally, but D, we have this stroke again, and then this sort of thing. And that matches with 3 over here. And then E looks like it's going to be this right angle and then 2 lines again, and that kind of matches with this backwards E looking over here, which is kind of funny. And then F is going to be, again, this kind of angle and a sideways diagonal. And that's going to pair, I think, with this 6 over here, so we can just write F. G is going to have these 2 lines right here and this 2 vertical lines here. And as you can see, there's nothing remaining that really matches up with it. And I did forget to mention that in this problem, there's going to be one that is unused, like it says right here. So we're going to assume that's our unused one for now. I could circle it so we remember. And then H will have 2 lines like that, and then long line. So it's going to match up with 4. So that should be our answers for E1. And then E2, this is going to ask us for our unused letter to correspond to one of the characters below. And as you can see, we can kind of form this into the WI character right there, it looks a lot like it with the 2 vertical lines and the 2 horizontal lines. So we have that. And yeah, that's it. It's a pretty simple problem, very visually easy to see the pattern and not too difficult with the problems either. I thought this might be a good kind of starting point for anyone who's looking to get into NACLO or start linguistics. Even though this is a little bit of a more unique language, I think it's really cool. The flags are kind of fun. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any ones that you want me to go through. I will try to step it up and do some harder ones as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time.